Did you just say I've lost?
Yes, and I was just saying like they're my favourite
I told you it wouldn't be too far. Well done.
because I was thinking they could
Jesse, you can
be.
get a muffin.
Yeah. Is that how it works?
Find an ear and get a muffin.
Jamie,
Yes.
I'm taking credit because the only reason people were looking at your ears was because of my earrings.
It's all you.
The floor will be the cleanest it's ever been by the time we leave.
Well, it won't be because Demi spilled her coffee.
That's not all hers. That's not all hers.
No, it's not all yours.
Okay.
When you're ready.
So can you let me just turn this on. Can you hear me okay? Great. So good morning and welcome to the College of Nursing and Health Sciences and to this session that we hope will be an opportunity for all of you to meet some of your fellow students, the people that you'll be studying with, but also some of the educators who will be working with you, particularly in semester one, in your first semester with us. Before I start this session formally, I'd like to acknowledge that I have the privilege of living and working here on the unceded lands of the Kaurna people. For all of the time of human habitation, these have been lands of science and learning, and I would like to pay my respects to all Kaurna knowledge holders and to any Aboriginal people who are in the room. So welcome to the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. There's two groups of, two groups, there's probably more than two groups, but two main groups of students in the room today. Some of you will be in one of the health sciences programs and some of you will be in the disability programs. And the team up here are a mix of people from those two programs. We decided to join forces for this session because effectively we are the only two programs who have people starting mid-year. So you're a small group, and we wanted to make sure that you could meet as many people as possible in the session today. Even though people might not be in your program, it's nice to have some familiar faces on campus. So my name's Jane Harford and I'm the course coordinator for the health sciences programs. So for the purposes of today, and can I just get you to put up your hand and let me know if this is you? That's the Diploma of Health Sciences, the Associate Degree in Health Sciences, the Bachelor of Health Sciences, excellent, great, and the Bachelor of Letters in Health. Okay. I have with me a couple of members of my team. This is Tracy Ann Rankin, who coordinates a topic that all health science students will do in first year to disability, and all undergraduate. No? Okay. Where you'll be introduced to the notion of cultural safety and learn about some frameworks for working towards being a culturally safe practitioner in your future work. My colleague on this side is Waltrid, whose role today is to talk to you about another topic that health science students do in first year, which is a human bioscience topic. So a topic where you learn about what goes on inside the body, and both Waltrid and Tracy Ann will introduce themselves and their topics in much more detail later on in a session for students who will do those topics. The other half of our team today, I will hand over to Jamie to introduce.
Hello, so I'm assuming the rest of you are disability students in some way, whether that's a bachelor, I'm not going to go through them all because there's lots, whether that's a master or a bachelor. There's all of you, the rest of you are disability. Thank you.
I think you're on camera if you're in here.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Am I
Just
on
for the
camera now?
recording. Yeah, you can see you.
So the reason we use the microphones is so that the recording captures the sound, but also if there's anybody in the room that uses the hearing loop, that will also be useful for that. That's why we've got the microphones, and that's what those little black square rectangle-y things are on your tables. So it doesn't necessarily make things louder, it's just so the sound is captured. So my name is Jamie Gardner and I am the course coordinator. Well, I'm the person here that's here today for the course coordination for all of the disability programs. Most of the stuff I do is in the master's program, but I do teach two first year undergraduate topics that many of you, even health science students, might be in at some point. And then we have our illustrious team over here. I'm just going to pass the microphone over. Cass?
Hi everyone, my name's Cassandra, or Cass it gets shortened to. I'm a lecturer in disability and community inclusion. I don't lecture in first year anymore, but I'm a third year topic coordinator, so you'll see me then. But for the master's students or anyone who's doing postgrad, I also lecture in a topic called inclusion, belonging and participation, so you will have me this semester. So welcome everybody. Oh, I also coordinate placements as well, sorry. Forgot about that.
Thanks, Cass. Hello, everyone. I'll keep my introduction pretty brief because I know there's a lot of people to meet, but my name is Demi and I'm part of the teaching team in disability. For those of you that are doing the undergraduate, you'll see me in first year in the disability service landscape topics. I'm the topic coordinator for that. Yeah, welcome.
Hi everybody, I'm Sally Robinson. I'm the academic lead in Disability and Community Inclusion. I'm delighted to see so many people here and people online as well. You'll see me teaching in undergraduate and also in the postgraduate topics. Very much looking forward to getting to know you.
Hi, I'm Kimberly. You won't see me until second year, but then you'll see a lot of me from second year till fourth year. Some might say too much of me, but I'm just here because I'm super excited to meet you all and can't wait to get to know you properly when you come through to second year.
Thank you. Can I just give a nod to our current students who have also come along to support today? So these are students who have been here for either 2 years, 1 year or 6 months. But they're here to provide support. They'll be very helpful in answering your questions about things like how to get around campus, where to find things, who to ask stuff to when you have questions. So they're a wealth of knowledge after being here for a little while. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks, Jane.
Thank you. So the other person for the health science students who I'd like to mention is Jen Fish. And Jen was the person who sent you all welcome emails, the health science students. Unfortunately, Jen's got flu and can't be here today. But Jen is responsible for putting together today, and you'll continue to hear from Jen throughout the semester. So, enough sitting down. Right. Have you all got pens? So we're going to have it. Can I have a hand?
Yeah.
So you want to do one side of that?
Yeah.
I'm going to. I hope I've got enough. I've only got 20.
We're going to do people bingo.
We're going to play a game of People Bingo. Those of you who've studied at this college in the past, you know this game. I'll do one for everybody. So the purpose of this game is for you to talk to other people in the room, start introducing yourselves, have a bit of a chat, see who can be the first person to complete the form.
Yeah, I'll get you one. Just, do we have a spare pen?
I only printed 20. Enough stuff started. One of the students, our students have told us this is I can send one to the Let's do that. So first I'll do it around the table, and then I'll keep going. We have to get it right. Let me turn it around. Well, we can't do it, we have to get it right.
I can do Tracy.
Yeah.
We do our
I feel like we've cheated and need to be. Yes. There's one with the good colours, not the lollipops. Not the one with the lollipops.
You have the exact
Did they not say?
seen these pictures. Hello.
And an overseas traveler, you look like you're
You're a popular well, there is someone who can wearing watch? No, I'm gonna drink. Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. Yes. Where are you going? Oh, hello, Sally. Nice to meet you. Oh, you going? Oh! I didn't even read the instructions. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, it's fine. Well, no, shoes on. I don't have an Oh, it's because I bought all our current students. I think so, Alice. Yeah. Oh, and he come our students. They got a boss. That's okay.
I'm just thinking of the basketball story. Yes. And I could do anything early.
Hello! You found us! Thank goodness!
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know the English name and spellings. What's this one?
Uniform, work and study, work and home. Work and home.
I can jump to two. Who's born in summer?
That actually the students will worry, spend that extra bit of time trying to make sure that they're the students are they're the ones that will define. So you'll be fine. What about us studying? Sometimes, yes. I was in the and some of that's
My mother voice?
yes.
Mother voice? Okay, everyone, let's wrap up and see who the winner is. Everyone's winner. I didn't know that was a thing. She's back today, first day back. And I'm not sure how long. You know what it's like? Absolutely.
This room is full. I know. But hard if you're like wanting to get to places and it's circuitous.
I'm definitely not
The competitive students are still trying to get names on their papers.
I know. One student said to another, but you know what? It's always the motivated students who come to these things. Yeah.
Do we want to ask them if they've got any questions, let them know that there's paper on the table to write them down?
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Thank you, everyone. We hope you got the opportunity to meet some fellow students in the room. wander around a bit and welcome everybody here. I hope you're feeling a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more confident to ask questions if you have any. So on your tables, you will find some coloured sticky notes. At any point today, if you think of something that you have a question about or that you want to know, pop it on the sticky notes so that we don't forget. You can just pop them on your table when they're written. We can come around and grab them. If there's anything that you've come today going, I really need to know this before I start next week, that's what we're here to answer today. Okay? What would you like to do next, Jane?
I would like to just building on what Jamie has said. One of the things that we will say to you over and over again is ask questions. If you've got a question, ask. Okay, we do provide lots of information. It's not always exactly the information that you want at a particular time, but we can answer your questions to save you from going down rabbit holes and worrying about things that we can help you get sorted out really quickly. So please ask questions. There's lots of people here today, but at the university, who are ready and waiting to help you with questions. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about first year, because you're all first year students in our program. Some of you have obviously done previous study because you're in a postgraduate program. But starting in a new program and starting at a new university sometimes can be quite like starting university for the first time. A few years ago, colleagues of ours here at Flinders University teamed up with colleagues at what were then the other two big universities in the state and what's now the big university in the state, and did some work talking to students but also to academics about life for first year students and what it was like coming to university and the sorts of experiences that students had to try and learn about what kind of advice and information would be useful for students to hear early on in their studies. And there were a few things that came up over and over again, particularly when these researchers were talking to students. And for school leavers in particular, and I know this is not strictly pertinent to students who are in master's programs, but my guess is that there's a bit of a jump between undergraduate and master's program expectations. So some of what you learned in previous study will be useful to you, but there will be another step up, is that there's quite a difference in what's expected in assessments, particularly between school and undergraduate university, but then between undergraduate and postgraduate university. So one of the things that we're conscious of is to ensure that we give you plenty of information about what's expected in assessments, but just to remind you that this will be different to your experience at school. You'll be expected to perhaps produce work that's of a more detailed and perhaps more rigorous, more intense nature than you had in school, or if you're in the master's program, in an undergraduate program. It's really important that you stay in touch with your learning activities in your topics, but also your tutors and your topic coordinator, and really get a good understanding about what's going to be expected of you in your assessments at university. So the next thing that students said was that finding motivation to study is really challenging. Two things. Jen, who would normally be talking to you about this, says that it took till she was in her PhD to realise that there's no such thing as the motivation fairy. I would say motivation is the wrong word, and I take that from our e-mental health project officer, Gareth Ferber, who says, don't wait for motivation, what you need is momentum. And so waiting for motivation to get work done will not get you through through your studies. What's needed is momentum, and that means just getting started on a task, doing a small part of it, getting a run on the board, as they say in cricket, and then moving on to the next part of the task. And you will find that, particularly in your undergraduate topics, the topic coordinators work really hard to help break down tasks and make sure that you've got a series of tasks, small tasks that you can work on to get that momentum that you need to get work done. The other thing that came across when talking to students was expectations about how much time will be required for university. Has anybody had a look in their topics and seen how much time topic coordinators are saying you'll need for your topic? I can see one person nodding. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but does anybody who's seen that information want to share it with us? So about 8 to 10 hours a week, and the standard amount of work for a Flinders University topic is 135 hours across the semester. So if you're enrolled in 4 topics, a full-time study load, that's the equivalent to having a full-time job. Sometimes students see their classes and think, oh, I'm only going to be working 10 hours a week at university. But there's another 25 or 30 hours work that you'll need to do independently. And that's one of the other differences between school and uni, is that there's a much higher expectation for you to work independently outside of class. When you go into Flow, and we'll have a quick look at Flow, Flow is where it stands for Flinders Learning Online, and it's where all of the information about your topics will be located. When you go into Flow, you will be able to see all of the activities that you need to do. And that kind of collides with the issue of juggling outside commitments, so non-university related commitments. So things like work, family responsibilities, that's one of the things that students said was a real challenge for them. So we'll talk a little bit about that. The other thing that students said was really valuable to them was friendships with other students. So getting to know other students, because those friendships, those networks provide support for students at university. They're really important. They're part of the reason that we just got you to get up and play a silly game together, okay, so that you can start getting to know each other. And that's not the last silly game that we'll have today, if we have time. And then the importance of feedback. When you go to class and you're having a class discussion, and your tutor in the room makes a contribution to that discussion, that's feedback. The tutor's telling you about how well as a group you're picking up the concepts and understanding them and using them. So that's feedback. That's important. The other places that you'll see feedback will be is if you're in a topic that has a discussion forum and you're posting on the discussion forum. Other students' responses to your posts will be a form of feedback. Your tutor will respond to some of your posts. That will be a form of feedback. When you hand in assessments and they get graded, after you've looked at the mark that you get, the other thing that you'll see is that there's usually lots of feedback from your grader about your work. And the expectation at university is that you're pulling together the feedback that you're getting and you're using it to develop your academic skills and to improve your work. So pay attention to that feedback. The people who are teaching you are working really hard to make sure that you get feedback that's usable so that you can perform at your best in your topics. So, what can help you? I've already said some things. You're all here because you deserve to be here. Okay? You don't know this place, may not know this place well yet, and that's a big challenge. But you'll get to know it, and part of our job is to help you to get to know it. And as you get to know it, you will start to see that you do fit here really well. Okay, so give that some time because it can take a bit of time. Be kind to yourself. Don't expect that you will know what you're doing in all aspects of your learning from day one. We don't expect that. Okay? If you're not sure what is expected of you, if something's not clear, ask questions. It won't be the last time I say that. Okay? It's normal to be anxious and concerned as a first year student. This is it. We're kind of lucky here on Sturt campus because it's relatively small, but universities are big places with lots of systems and rules and things that you need to navigate through. Okay? Take a deep breath. You'll get there in the end, provided you look at the material that we're giving you and you ask questions. One of the things that I would really strongly recommend that you do as soon as you can when you leave here is go to Flow, Flinders Learning Online, and look at all of your sites for all of the topics or subjects that you'll be doing this semester, and have a look at the introductory information, get to know broadly what the topic is about, find the information about assessment, write all of those dates in your diaries, count back and put a starting date for working on those assessments in your diary so that you've got plenty of time to work on them and do a good job. If there's where your classes are, so today at the end of the session we'll have a bit of a tour of campus so you can get to know where your classes will be if they're down here on the Sturt campus. And once you're in class, you'll start to learn about what's expected within each of the topics that you're working in. And again, if something's not clear, make sure you ask. So seeking to understand assessment standards, I mentioned earlier that the standards are different for university and school. One of the things that all of your topics will have done is provide you with detailed information about what criteria will be used to assess your work. So read that information and make sure that you understand it, and if it's not clear, when you've compared it to the work that you've been doing in the topic, again, talk to your tutor or your TC so that you know what that is. Did I mention asking questions? Okay. And then actively participate. The thing that is most consistently an indicator of success at university is time on task. The amount of time that you spend doing the reading, watching the lectures, thinking about the content, going to classes, talking about the content with your fellow students and your teachers. They're the things that best predict how well you'll do at university. So engage in those things. Be present. Make sure that you take every opportunity to participate in the activities, the learning activities, and in your topics. The other part of participation is participating as a citizen of the university. So the university runs lots of events for students. There are also clubs and societies as well that you can participate in. I presume that there's a student association club for disability? Not at the moment? Yeah. Yep, there is. There you go.
These guys.
Yep. Sorry, I asked the wrong people.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologise. You are absolutely the right people to ask. Okay. Okay, so part of that will help you to develop personal connections, but spending time on campus as well. So if you've got a class that you can arrive for early or stay for later, and you can organise to meet some of your fellow students before or after class and spend some time together, that's a great way of building those networks and relationships that will help you to be supports to each other. And we're starting that process of making friends today. Talk with staff. So hopefully after the bingo exercise, you'll be quite confident that we don't have that we're all very approachable and that we're happy to talk to you. Okay. I've had a chat to a few of you about why you're doing the degree that you're in, and for the people that I spoke to, I got a very strong sense that you know why you're here. You've got a really clear purpose. That's one of the things that's really important for you to hold on to throughout your studies. About 2/3 of the way through semester when things are really busy and you've got a big long to-do list, remember that purpose. Keep your eye on the big picture. Set goals, okay? Particularly some short-term goals. When I talked about motivation, I talked about breaking tasks up into small tasks so that you get some momentum. Link that to some goals that you have and reward yourself when you achieve those goals. And involve the people who are in your support network outside of university in what you're doing. They might not fully understand what it's like for you to be studying the degree you're studying or even to be at university. But they may surprise you in the ways that they can support you while you're here. Okay. The other thing that is important is a balanced university life. There is a time commitment for university, but it's also really important that you keep enough time to pay attention to what's going on or what needs to go on in the rest of your life. We say prioritise study and university tasks, but obviously that's not always possible. But ensure that where you have control, only take on a study load that you can manage reasonably well with all of your other commitments. Some of you will have some requirements about minimum numbers of topics, but if you're finding that balancing time is difficult, then again, talk to the people who are here to help you. Work hard, but not too hard. Okay. I've already talked about the motivation theory. Okay. Good. All right. So that's me talking about first year. You'll meet some of the teaching team in more detail in your two groups in a little while. If you have questions at a topic level, you should generally ask your tutor, the person who you see in class, or the topic coordinator. If your questions are about your degree more generally, then the people who you should talk to in the first instance are me, if you're a health science student, and Jamie, if you're in one of the disability programs. That's reasonable? Okay. All right, so I think this is the time where we break into two groups and we'll talk specifically about health sciences in here. Is that okay? Or would you like, we're a smaller group, should we?
Yeah, will that be easy?
Yeah, that's easier.
Thanks for offering health science students.
Yep. Yeah, come on.
So it's just in the room right next door.
If anyone wants a drink or a muffin
Yeah,
on
it's
the way,
drink, muffin,
please
chocolate,
grab
sugar,
or a lolly.
sugar hinge. Please come and grab one before you go.
Is anyone parched, thirsty? Tell them on a plane. Health science student. Or a muffin.
Chocolate. Can't believe no one took chocolate.
Health sciences.
Health sciences. I did health sciences, and that does not stop me eating chocolate.
Are you going to have a muffin or a chocolate?
Please do. Please have it. Yeah.
It does. Do we need to bring the uni slides?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Sally can do a welcome, and then we can go through any questions and stuff. Yeah.
So, as we move into our disability and community inclusion group, I'd just like to take a minute to say how great it is that you're here right now. So we're so pleased that you've decided to study with us, full stop. But we're so pleased that you've chosen now to come and study in disability and community inclusion. It's such an important time for our field. It's important in Australia, but it's important internationally as well to be studying and taking a human rights approach to disability. What's really distinctive about our program is that we study disability through a human rights lens, and we think about what it means to be a citizen of the world as a disabled person, and to think about what it means to look through a lens of justice and inclusion and equity and human rights for people with disability. And so as things change really quickly in the world and we see things come and go, and we see arguments come in the mainstream media, for example, about how much it costs to support people with disability, it's really important that we can put a critical lens on that and we can think about how those arguments really affect the lives of people with disability, and what sort of things that an argument about cost might really mean for people's human rights. What it really might mean for people to be able to take their place in a way that makes them really equal to everybody else, really able to activate their rights, really able to live in the same way, that they have the same kind of authority, the same kind of way of living a good life as everybody else. It's very exciting to see everybody nodding along. You can see that I'm really passionate about this. And everybody on our team is. You'll meet such a great group of people as you go through your degree. The staff who work here, everybody brings their own particular interest, whether it's about the things that I've just spoken to you about, which I'm particularly passionate about. Other people are really interested in how they bring that particular skill set to really helping people who've got lots of barriers to their participation and their involvement in society be involved in ways that make that fair for them. Whether it's around the behaviour support that people need, whether it's around really organised and systematic learning that helps people with really complex support needs to take their place in society, whether it's around employment support that people need. Everybody in our team brings their particular skill set to helping you learn what you need to be great practitioners, to be great advocates, to be great people who bring their own lived experience into our degree. Lots of our staff bring their own lived experience of disability into the program, including me, where lots of us are proud disabled people as well as academics in our program, and we bring that experience into our teaching and our academic practice. The other thing that you really will learn here is from your peers. There are so many people who've got so much knowledge that they bring into all of the rooms in person, and all of the rooms online that you'll be learning. So I'd really encourage you to make the most of the learning that you have together. When you get into those Teams meetings and you see all of those little black boxes where nobody turns their camera on, it's really tempting to just think, oh, I'll just sit back and I'll leave my jammies on today and I'll just take it in. It works so much better if everybody pushes themselves a little bit and is part of the discussion, because the learning is facilitated by us, but a lot of the learning comes through you all, because you're all bringing so much knowledge and so much experience and you're bouncing off each other so much. So I would really encourage you to really get very active in your learning. So as you can tell, I don't do anything very short, so this was my short welcome. Thanks very much for being here. I'm really looking forward to getting to know you all. I'm going to pass back over to the team now. I can't stay for the full morning, unfortunately, but I'll get to know you through the classes. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Zoe. All right, so we've got two options here. One is to answer let's start by answering any questions that you've got right now. So what things have you come that you're a little bit worried about or that you really want to know before you get started? And while you're thinking of these questions, let me share with you that about 20-ish years ago, I was a student who sat right there where you are. I was 18 years old. I actually had my mum sitting outside waiting for me because I moved from the country to come to university in Adelaide. I had never lived in Adelaide before. I'd never driven a car in Adelaide before. I'd only caught public transport once on a school excursion. And so I have been where you're sitting right now, and I can tell you I was so nervous. I didn't know anyone. I had no idea what this whole university thing was about because I had no family that had gone to university. I was also first in my family. So any question that you were about to ask, I'm sure I had it on that day, all right? And with my mum, woohoo, cheering me from outside. So any questions that you have is not going to be a silly question, and I'm sure someone else in the room will have it, all right? So any questions that you have that you're worried about? Yes?
Actually, it's about my schedule.
Your schedule? So when your classes are?
Yeah.
Yes?
Actually, yesterday I looked at all of the courses that I have in this semester.
Yep.
And I figured out that the course name design and evaluation of disability program.
Yep.
They have no online and offline workshops.
Uh-huh.
My question is whether the online workshop is compulsory.
No. Okay. So Cass, yes, Cass is the topic coordinator for design and evaluation, but I feel like other people might have that same question about every topic, right? Yeah. None of our tutorials are compulsory. So if you can it's really good to come, right? We really encourage you to come because basically the more students in the room, the more you're learning from each other, you're getting to know each other. So tutorials are very, very important and they're very helpful, but they're not compulsory and they don't contribute to their grade. What they do contribute to is how well you do in the topic from the opportunities you have to talk. See the students over here that have been here a while, they're going, she told us that, and yes, that's right? So they're very helpful to come to. If you are an internal student, you only need to come to the internal tutorials. You don't need to come to the internal in-person class and the online, just one. The reason we have the online classes is because we have lots of students that are interstate all over Australia. We also have students that work a lot or that can't fit a class into their schedule, so they come online to a tutorial like on the computer. Now, if you're an in-person student, so you come to class like in a classroom with other people, but you're like sick one day or something happens, you have an appointment, you can come to the online class. Okay, we try and make study as flexible as possible. Does that come?
The content of all is the same.
Yes.
The content is exactly the same if it's internal or external. Of course, the things you talk about might be a little bit different because what you will find is for master's students, a lot of the in-person classes are international students and a lot of the online classes are domestic Australian students. So sometimes we talk about slightly different things. But for undergrad, there's a mixture of both. Yeah, but it's the same content. Yeah. Have I answered everything, Cass?
Yeah. Just choose one.
Just choose one. Yeah.
Don't choose online with this kind of weather.
To choose online with this kind of weather, was that? Yeah, look, that is a fair point. Like if you have to catch public transport and whatever, and it is a day like today, we don't have too many days like this in Australia, to be fair, but if it is, it's absolutely fine if you come to the online class instead. Yeah.
Hopefully the internet stays all right.
Yes, so provided your internet's fine. Yeah.
That's the other
Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense? The answer is very good.
And can I join both? They have a workshop in class and online tutorials. Can I join both?
You can go to both if you want to. but you don't have to. And the content's the same. Yeah. You might find you don't have enough time when you start studying.
You've got 4 topics.
Yeah, 4 topics you might, but you can. So some of you will have noticed that you got an email or a calendar invite to the tutorials online. You can just save that in your diary so that you can go if you need to. But if you're in person, you can just come in person. Yeah. Yeah.
There were a lot of cancellations.
Cancellations. Oh, yeah. So when we set them up, what I do is set them up for the whole semester, and because of the way the team site works, you just repeat them every week. I just cancelled the ones that were in mid-semester break.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry for the confusion.
Yeah, we spent probably yesterday or the day before setting them up.
Yeah.
So you might have got lots of them from
Yeah.
Apologies, it's the only thing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you all know how to access your university email? Because that's actually really important, because that's how we communicate with you. So we send like announcements and important information through the university flow system, which goes to your university email account. So you've all managed to sort of set all of that up? Okay, lots of nods. Good, good, good.
So for the tutorial, how many is one supposed to do for this semester? Because I got quite a couple of emails inviting me to the tutorial.
Yeah.
So how many am I supposed to do for this semester?
So for your classes, each topic that you do, so if you're doing disability theory and practice, which most of you will be doing if you're a postgraduate student, then you will come to one tutorial for that topic. Okay? And that one's every fortnight. So you will have one tutorial per topic. Does that make sense? So 4 tutorials all up, yeah. And undergraduate? No, postgrad too. Is everybody postgrad? Oh, undergrad. Yay! Thank you for coming.
Are you full-time or part-time?
Part-time. Oh, I think I'm full-time this semester, but I'll be part-time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you probably have 4?
Yeah, 3 this semester.
3.
Marvellous. But you sound like you're all set. You're all enrolled. Awesome. Yeah.
Yes. First one is, am I enrolled in the right?
Have I enrolled in the right topics?
And then second one, what was the second? Maybe let's do that.
Let's do the am I enrolled in the right topics first.
Enough, shoot the other one out. Yeah.
Okay. So this comment applies to master's students. And is anyone doing master's developmental education? And the rest of you are doing the 2-year masters? Yes. So you should be enrolled in DSRS 9057, Disability Theory and Practice. That's for everybody in postgrad. Marvellous. And then, and that's my class, so you should all be feeling really happy about that.
A lovely class.
Thank you, babe. Then, if you are doing undergrad, you're enrolled in 3 topics, and then you probably critical issues in disability, disability landscape, life course, or communication. That's fine. Yep, those 3 are fine. Yep, no, that all sounds fine. Back to master's students. Then your other 3 topics. Who wants to do dissertation and research?
I've decided yet.
Haven't decided yet? Maybe yes. So you should also have that REHB clinical research methods topic in your study plan. And then your other 2 can be any of the DSRS topics. That sound right?
Okay.
Do you feel okay, Evan?
Disability theory.
Yep.
Design and evaluation.
Yep, perfect. Policy?
Policy in the lives.
Great. And research, clinical research methods, would that be your other one? If you're thinking you might want to do dissertation?
Inclusion, belonging, and
Dissertation.
Yeah.
inclusion, belonging, and so.
That's great. The only thing is, if you potentially want to do dissertation, you should do the clinical research methods topic this semester. Doesn't mean you have to do dissertation. It just means you'll be ready to do it if you want to. You should, yeah. Everybody feel okay? Great. Other questions? Yeah.
For postgraduate students, are there any placement required in this semester?
Yeah, so placement requirements. So you're doing the BDDE, Bachelor of Disability Developmental Education, Bachelor of Disability Community Inclusion, so 3 year, yep. So you will have a placement next year, yeah. Master's students, the DE placement you will do in your final year of study. Everybody else, you have the option to do a placement, but you don't have to do one. So if you want to do a placement because you're in Australia, you want to, as part of your REAP plan, your reactivation plan, to engage with agencies and organisations and stuff, then yes, you can choose to do a placement. And again, you will do that in your second year of study, not first year. And we will provide information to you about what you need to get ready to do that. So if you want to do a placement, make sure you tell us early so that we can put it in your study plan and get you ready for it early. But it won't be until second year. Yep.
If I choose the coursework and research,
Yes.
I still want to
Do a placement? That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. We can fit a placement in there for you too. Yep. So when you get to the point where you've got like questions about your study plan and you want to know what topic to do when, that's when you send me an email and we have a quick conversation, take about 15, 20 minutes, and we'll put a study plan together for you about when you enrol in things. If you want to change your study plan, I'm again the person to talk to. If you want to, if you're full-time and you want to go part-time, I'm the person to talk to. If you get sick or something happens and, I don't know, things happen in life, right? So if something happens while you're studying and you need some support and advice about what to do, you can actually probably talk to any of us, but study plan-wise, I'm the person to talk to. Or if you don't know, just reach out to someone in our team, like someone will know who you need to speak to. Yeah. Other questions? Yeah.
So I understand that different topics might be different, but, and it's been more than 10 years since I studied.
Yep. I've also been there. Yep.
Yes, come back again.
Yeah.
With, when I studied before, the structure for a topic was sort of online workshop, tutorial or workshop, some kind of lecture, you watched or attended, readings, and then your assessment. Is that sort of the structure for these topics?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The difference that you'll find is a lot of things are online now. So the reading and the watching of the lectures and the whatever is all online now, and the tutorial is the element that you come and connect with people. So it's a lot more flexible in nature, but also requires a little bit more time management and motivation. Yeah.
And we jump into Flow each week to find out what the next recording readings are.
Yeah. Cass or Demi? That was like they were in trouble then. Do you want to get a topic up, even the design and evaluation topic, to show the students what the flow site will look like and where to find things? They're all roughly the same. And where you'll find the lecture recordings, all of that sort of stuff. All of our lecture recordings should be captioned, and you can also get a transcript for all of our lectures and stuff as well. If you notice something in our topics that is inaccessible,
this will be. I just have to. Sorry, I just have to log out because this is all James.
Yeah, that's all right.
Topic.
That's why I didn't want to do it. If you notice something that is not accessible in our topics, whether that be I don't know, something's not captioned, or there is content that needs to be converted for screen reader use, or whatever that I don't know, whatever it might be. Please just let us know so that we can make sure that everybody has access to the things that they need in the topics. Hopefully we've got most of that right by now, because we've had students help design topics with us and get those things right in the first place. Any other questions while Cass is getting ready? Yeah.
I want to ask about doing leaflets, specifically for evolutionary. Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's difficult for us because EndNote is inaccessible for us as students.
Yes.
And do you have any tip or how the previous students did leaflets?
Yes. So we're very lucky because we actually have some students who use screen readers now and have already navigated their way through a few topics in the room. Maria and Faith, do you have any hot tips for the students about how to get through the topics and what things have been helpful for you? Yep. Can you just push the button? Yeah, thank you.
You can.
Yeah, go ahead, Maria.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. May I?
Please, yeah.
Yeah, if you need some materials in advance, you can always, if there's something not accessible, you can always ask the Disability Support Services team to convert the materials into accessible format, and then they will send it to you via email on time for your readings and for your assessment. They will accommodate your request.
And do you want to know EndNote?
Right.
For citation?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think
Faith, did you have anything
as
to
a
add?
follow up to what she just said, I think it would be a better thing if we know the materials that we need to put in accessible format.
Yeah.
So that we could forward to the disability unit to convert for us on time.
Yeah.
All right.
So the first thing is that you're not the first students that we've had in our topics, especially the DSRS topics, that need converted materials because of the software or because of vision impairment. So you're not the first people, so hopefully there won't be too many things that you need to worry about. But if there is, please let us know. Now, do you know about access plans?
Yeah. It's not
Okay, great. Everybody's nodding. That's great. So your access plan, when you've seen disability services and you keep in contact with them, they will have someone in our topics looking for things that are inaccessible. We hope that we've actually found everything that's inaccessible so that it's already been converted and already ready. But if you do find something, please tell us, right? Yes, Kimberly. It's all right. Yeah, push the button.
Hi, so I work into positive behaviour support topics. So I assume that most of the students will do the PBS topics, is that?
Only one.
Only one?
Two.
Yeah. Only two, okay. It's just an example of a topic where we have a lot of documents that have tables in them. So tables and matrices and things like that are part of it, and we've been told by some students that use screen readers that they don't convert very well to using screen readers. So this is just an example for me to say I'm not different to any of your other topic coordinators, where if something that we provide, because we might provide a new resource and we might just send it out, and if it's got a table in it or if it hasn't converted properly for screen reader, please just let us know, and we'll either we'll do it ourselves or we'll ask the disability team to convert that for you.
Yep. So PBS means positive behaviour support. So the positive behaviour support topics are in the Masters DE. There's one of the topics in the third year of the B Bachelor of Disability Community Inclusion, and you can choose them if you're doing the Master of Disability Policy and Master of Disability Practice and Leadership 2 year, but they're not in there as core topics. So, yeah. Yes, Faith, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. So, based on my experience the last semester, all my topics, including the videos, if you're going to go to the disability support system, they're going to give you everything that is in document format so that it's accessible whether you're using the NVDA screen reader or the JAWS screen reader. So you need to specify to them what format do you want? Because for me, I told them I need a format in a document type because my laptop doesn't have a PDF reader. So everything from readings to lectures and all the videos, they give it to me in a document format. You just need to ask them and have an appointment. But it's not difficult, it's easy.
Thank you, and I'm glad that you found that an easy process. Yeah. When we first designed the topics, we did them in conjunction with a student who was a screen reader user as well, an international student who used a screen reader. But this student was exceptional at use. I think his undergraduate degree was computer science or something. So he was exceptional at using the screen reader. And we acknowledge that sometimes you might come to Australia and the software that you might use at home is not the same and it might be different, or you might have never used it before. And so it's a whole learning process around what you might need. But please let us know if you're having difficulty so we can help you get through that.
I've got the flow sites on. Is everyone doing disability? Hello, a link is here. Inclusion, belonging, participation. Yep.
And the flow sites will look reasonably the same anyway, even if you're an undergraduate student.
This one is my topic I teach in this semester. So I'll just go in as if I was a student. So this will look different from me to you. So this is what you'll see. The little person will give you a tour. You don't want to do that now. So this is what's called your flow site for the topic. Every topic, as Jamie said, will look similar, but then you'll have the code at the top and the name of the topic. So you just click on, this is the home page, and it'll tell you a little bit about the topic, and it will introduce you to the topic. So one of the questions here was, it said about online learning or in class. So I have listed here the days, the dates that the classes are run and the times, and I've little note on there because there is a public holiday which falls on a Monday. So I've said to students that you can join the online class on the Wednesday instead. So they're the little things there like that. There's a little video from me. My hair's different because I did this last year. I think my hair looks different in every video. Anyway, so there's me, and I introduce myself and I introduce the topic, and then you'll see a little bit of information about the topic overview, the aims of the topic, and the learning outcomes on that front page. You then go to this left-hand column. We often talk about this left-hand side menu. So that's the menu where you'll find everything. So you click on modules and you'll start scrolling down, and there'll be information here. So there'll be that welcome, which we already had. And then when you go across, there's next. So just keep clicking next and you'll find the next page. So it's a bit like reading a book. All right. So the next page will tell you who's in the teaching team. So this will be, for this topic, it's myself. And then I've listed the student representatives. So some of the people here today are some of your student reps as well. And keep clicking and you'll find assessment overview. This is a standard page that the university puts in every flow site. So that's just a little bit of generic information. Then you keep clicking and there's some support. So if you get stuck, now this will be the same on the undergraduate sites as well. And I can show you one of them after if that helps. Support, so across the university, in the first session, Jane talked about how there's lots of different supports for you. So if you keep clicking on anything that's got a little plus on it, everything drops down. So this is the learning supports that you'll get at university. You have these through the library, you have these through the online services as well. Library support opens up. Any supports that you might have for your own personal mental health and well-being. Technology, so some of those questions that came up before about how to access software and things, what the university uses, and then adaptive technology too. So everything's got a link, all right? Just keep clicking, go to next. What we expect from your participation. So Jane again said how much time you spend in each topic, so it tells you a little bit about expectations in each of the topics. Each topic has general discussion forum usually as well, where you could post your questions. So if you get stuck anywhere along the way, you can post a question. Fellow student might answer it, or usually your topic coordinator or your tutor will hopefully jump in pretty soon and answer your question. Then we have introductions. Now someone's already introduced themselves, which is fabulous. So I've already got one, wonderful. So Introductions I've asked people to do for the first week. It's anonymous feedback. As I said, you just keep clicking. You'll then find either on the left-hand side information about the assignments, or if you keep clipping, they start to pop up. So we've got 3 in this topic. I've got an online rubric. So keep clicking. And I think one of the questions was, I'll jump out of here and go straight into the modules. Yes. So scroll down under modules and you'll see module 1. So module 1 is the first week of this topic. We start the topic in week 1 of semester, and most postgraduate topics, well, not all of them are they, but most semesters are every other week. So every fortnight you have a lecture and a tutorial or a workshop. Usually you would read the material and look at the online lecture first before you attend class. That's what we'd love you to do, because otherwise you'll come and you might be a bit lost. So please have a look first. So in module 1, you open up, I give you a bit of an introduction, and then some learning resources, and then you have your lectures. So this is where you'll watch your lectures. All of your lectures will be captioned. We've all gone through and done that for you as well. So you can listen, but you can also read along as well.
Cass,
Yes?
Can you also just show the students that on the lecture there at the top, where the 3 little dots are on the right-hand side, that
should say transcript.
That should say download transcript,
Yes,
and you
why
can get a
doesn't it?
transcript of the lecture as well.
That's strange.
It is.
I might have to fix that one.
There's a broken thing that we just found that we will fix.
We will fix. Okay, so it might be on this one. Yeah, it's on this one.
There we go.
For some reason, the captions aren't on that one. I'll fix that. They're there. So yes, there you go. You can download and it'll pop up here, and the entire script will start popping up for you there as well. But also, as you play, captions will come along the bottom. Well, anyway, they will, believe me. I've popped readings on there as well. So that's the case for every module that you'll find, and a discussion. So after you've watched the lecture, read some materials, read your readings, you might like to jump online and answer those questions, or you'll discuss those things in class, or more in class.
Can you also show them where the readings are?
Yep.
Cass?
So over here on the left-hand side menu as well, you'll see the word readings. Now this might not work because I'm not a student. No, it won't.
Okay.
But I can show you from my screen.
So it will come up with a list of all of the readings that you'll need in every module, and they're electronic readings, so you can get them directly from
Will it look the
there.
same as we see?
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll see this same screen in your view, but this topic doesn't have a textbook. A lot of them don't have textbooks, but they'll have online e-readings, which will be journal articles, peer-reviewed journal articles for you to read each week. Some reports or some other grey literature as well. So they're your readings. The other things on the sides that you might like, as I said before, is you can access discussions this way, or under each module a discussion will pop up. So you can find things multiple ways. Here's your Microsoft Teams class. So if you were invited yesterday, I sent them out, this will pop up and you'll see it'll load up the Teams classes. Well, it should, but anyway. Trust me, it does. They would have all been, if you accept your Teams class, it'll go into your calendar, but if you're not able to go through your calendar, you'll come to your Flow site and you'll click over here to the Teams class and you can enter that way as well. All right, that's if you wish to do that, like Jamie said. Otherwise, you'll be in the classroom coming to our in-class face-to-face sessions. But if you're sick or you want to come online another time, that's how you can do it that way.
One of the really important things about the online tutorials as well is that you're logged in with your Flinders University fan and password, because if you try and access some of our tutorials from like your personal Teams thing, it actually won't work. So that's a hot tip for the first week. Often students don't realise that.
Anything else that's not, I haven't presented then on the Flow site? Yeah.
Adam, can you tell us how to replace how much AI
How much AI?
So
Oh, great question.
on the Flow site, there is a bit of information here. On every Flow site, where is it?
In the assignment?
Yeah, here it is. Where did it go? There it is.
In the assessment overview part. Each topic may be
sorry.
slightly different,
No,
but
I found it. It's just I'm not a student, so I'm going a different way. Here it is. So under here, see it says artificial intelligence. It'll give you a link to the generic information that the university suggests you have a look through. When you first start your degree, you'll be asked to do an academic integrity module online. So you'll enrol in that and you'll do that online, and that'll give you information about what you can and can't use in terms of artificial intelligence. And each assessment that you do will have a bit of information on there as well. So when for this topic, for example, when you open up one of your assignments, I've got a note about artificial intelligence on there and what you can and cannot use.
Yeah.
Generally, we say that you're able to use AI for things like proofreading or giving you some support in grammar, spelling, all those sorts of things. But if you're using it to construct your assignment and to find the information and use that, then we're suggesting no, that's not what AI is to be used for.
can I
Have
just...
I got that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Cass is absolutely right. I just want to provide a little bit more context to this, right? So as you know, we're working and learning and studying and researching in the disability space, right? So what we need to think about is sometimes we're often wanting to be the disruptors of some of the content and information that is on the web, in older literature and stuff like that about disability, which is a problem for people who have a disability and people who work in this space do research. So when you use AI tools such as ChatGPT or anything that generates content, it uses things that are actually a problem that we want to disrupt and don't agree with. So it actually doesn't really help you anyway. And it provides a very superficial kind of response to what you're actually wanting to do. As master's students, AI tools can't actually do the things that you need to do as master's students, which are to apply, analyse, critically think about. So AI tools can't do that stuff. If you're using AI tools because you're concerned about your grammar or English as a second language or any of those things, honestly, as someone who marks your papers, I would rather mark a paper that is authentically yours and that the grammar or the spelling or the whatever is a bit not quite right, but I still am knowing that you understand what you're writing about, reflecting on things, critical thinking. There seems to be some nods from the side of the room who does marking too. So is that a reasonable kind of thing to say?
There's also the Learning Lounge, I don't know if it's still called that, which are actual people that will help you if you're concerned about grammar and things like that. So then there's no risk of it looking like AI, because there's a tool that the university uses that when you submit your assignments online, it goes through the tool called Turnitin, and Turnitin checks for AI. So if you don't want to risk us thinking that you might have done, something with AI for generating content, if you were just using it for grammar and spelling, then the Learning Lounge can help you with that.
So on every topic site, I've just opened up. So when you find the information under here, under Finding Your Way, what Kimberly just spoke about is you click on the Student Learning Support Services and up will come all those different services that you can use. Study guides, online and learning supports. So you can use things like all of these different online links here, and the Learning Lounge is there. Thanks, Kimberly. So it tells you where you can find them, and you can find them here at the Sturt campus and Bedford Park as well. And they're in our library here on level 3, and it tells you there Tuesdays and Thursdays, or you can go up to main campus if you spend more time up there, because I know a lot of the master's students do, and it's open Monday to Friday from 11 till 2. You can just walk in, ask a question, and someone will help you. Perfect. I just wanted to show you also.
They also have, sorry, Kat,
Yeah.
they also have an online. I
Yes.
just saw at the bottom that if they have an online.
Online session too, they do via Teams, and you can just enrol for that too. Yep. I just wanted to open up one of the undergrad flow sites as well for Sedastry. Have you had a look? You have? Perfect. Well done. You can come up here and do my. Is that? I'm just mindful too, because you're an undergrad student. Do you have any questions that we haven't answered? You're all good. Okay. Wonderful.
Marvelous.
Okay. And does that answer all your questions about flow? Yep. Yep. Any other flow questions? But in the first tutorial, I'll do the same thing again. We'll walk through each topic site and talk about that too.
Any other questions that anyone's got?
Faith has one.
Faith has got a
Faith,
question.
why do you have a question?
I checked my flow yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm a bit confused because all my modules for the 4 topics, module 1 says July 28. Everything is July 28, and I'm a bit confused.
So
Could
this
be-
week is orientation week, and then
Yeah.
semester starts next week. Okay. So
Yeah.
you will have access to most of your topics will be available on Flow, but they don't. Your tutorials and everything don't start until next week. Is that what's the confusing bit?
It's a bit confusing because the dates for the start of module you need to complete. It's all the same, July 28.
Yes, because that's week 1 for all of your topics.
Okay.
So yeah. Does
I
that make
used
sense?
last semester. It's
Yes.
different, so maybe I'm
Oh,
confused
so-
about it.
Some is that inclusion topic, Faith, or another one?
All my 4 topics.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Module 1 starts July 28.
Ah, yes, because as Jamie said, that's first week.
That's first week.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the 2-week period to do it in, so it'll start next week and go through to the 10th of August. Yeah.
Thank you.
For module 1. Yeah. But we'll go over it in the first week.
Yeah.
Do you want any of the uni things spoken about? or not?
Yeah. Is there anything we need that we haven't already gone through? Do you want to have a quick
I'll
look?
just have a look.
You have a look. All right. What other things might you need to know? How to get here? You've all made it here now, and although some of you got lost today, hopefully you won't ever get lost again. Student cards. Do you know how to get a student card? No, right. People have got them. Okay. Like the most well-prepared group of students so far. From our current students, do you remember what you really wanted to know when you started? Are there things that we've missed? No.
Do you put the slides on the general flow site?
Honestly, Cass, I don't remember.
Because I haven't got her slides.
Maybe this is a good point for me to also be very transparent and let you know that within our teaching team, we have had quite some significant illness over the last few weeks. And so if you find that one of your topic sites is not quite all there, or there's a little bit missing, or someone hasn't developed things yet, or whatever, it will be there. We will provide extensions to do things. It's okay. It's just that within our teaching team, we've had some significant kind of, illnesses, flu type illnesses, that sort of stuff, where people are sort of lose a week's worth of time to get things ready. All right. We know that you'll get sick, or someone will get sick across the semester. It's okay. Don't stress. Like, things happen in life. It's all right. Just contact us if you need anything, okay?
I was just going to find the slides from last time.
She's the last one.
I know, that's what I'm looking for. That's all right. I know where they are.
Would there be time to go through the...
Have a look around. Know where to find the coffee.
Yeah, and also just what services that are here, news.
Ah, yes, I'll get to those. How's that?
Are we going to get to that?
We can absolutely do that, yes. Yep, we can do that. So, given there's not too many more questions, we have our current students here that I'm sure are happy to, are you happy to do a little tour, show where the library is, where to find coffee, how to get around, where to find free stuff, please come to the front of the room and get a banana muffin, some chocolate, and a bottle of water.
Probably the two important places to know about is for new people on campus is Oasis. Have you heard about Oasis yet?
Up the hill?
Yeah, on main campus.
Yeah.
So I'll just put that slide up for you. Where is the slideshow?
So if you're an international student, you probably heard about this when you did your IAP, right? You probably even visited Oasis. Oasis is like a community centre that's on campus, and they have lots of free stuff. They also have great supports. They have opportunities to meet people. They have market days. They have lots of things up there that are really valuable to get involved.
Thursday's market day.
Thursday's market day. Yeah, so lots of really valuable things to get involved with. It is, we call it up the hill, or sometimes people call it main campus, but it's the largest section of the university. Down here at Sturt, there's only 4 buildings, north, east, south and west. And then there's a kind of a courtyard in the middle of that, so it's a bit smaller. The accessibility the accessibility across the university sometimes is not great. And so if you can find the special little ways of getting around, that's really helpful. And I'm sure that some of our current students will be able to absolutely give you the hot tips on how to do that.
There is a loop bus though. So
There
from
is a loop
Car
bus.
Park 13 out here, if you hop on the loop bus, it'll take you around the entire campus and to the train station as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And anyone can just jump on that at any time.
Yeah.
And Oasis has got activities today, tomorrow and Thursday this week for O Week, but otherwise any day of the week from 8 till 8, and you can go in there, you can cook meals, you can collect food on a Thursday, you can talk to somebody about your studies, you can talk to someone about your well-being as well, so it's a great spot. The libraries are also very good.
Yeah.
Can I ask a maybe silly question
No,
about
nothing
Love those.
silly.
Most of our resources we'll just find on Flow.
Yep.
Will there be times when we need to use the library here?
Don't have to at all. Only if you want to study in there, or you want to go and see a Learning Lounge support person in there, but no, everything else you can find online. Gone are the days where you have to borrow a book, but you can find an e-reading. Otherwise, you can talk to them about support with anything as well, with flow sites and things too. The library staff will be able to help you too. But they're open 24 hours, so you can just go in there and study too if you want to. Yeah, but no, you don't have to.
You can also book a time with a librarian. So if you have an assignment, this is like the hottest tip ever, I think. If you have an assignment coming up and you have to find resources, you can book a half an hour time with a librarian and they can help you find stuff.
Write a really excellent reference list.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They are very helpful. They love helping students because sometimes they get stuck behind a computer doing not so fun stuff, and they love to show off their quite magnificent search skills and stuff. So they're very, very helpful if you want
And
to
the
do that.
benefit to that is there'll be resources or references that actually exist,
Yes.
as opposed to AI, which gives you references that don't actually exist.
Yes. Yep.
Anything else I can think
I was going to talk about the new search tool on the library site.
I haven't used it yet.
I think they're the main. Oh, and disability counselling, health counselling and disability services as well on main campus, but there are times they meet here as well on Sturt. And you'll see this information about Better You as well. Next week is Connect Week. This week's O Week, then is Connect Week. So the university for the first few weeks of semester has lots of activities on for you. Please join in, take away giveaways, lots of information for you to support you. As Jane said before, it's not just all about study, it's about how we look after you as students and people as well. So always connect with other people, but those services are amazing as well.
Just so you know, Friday and Saturday this week is open day, where a lot of our domestic students from high schools and stuff come to visit the university and get information. So certainly up on main campus is going to be very busy on Friday and Saturday, but there'll also be free stuff. And there will also be lots of interesting activities and events that are happening up there on Friday and Saturday this week as well. And Sunday in City Campus if you wanted to see that City Campus as well. Even though you might be studying here, or there might be students online watching us, you can also use the City Campus rooms and services and stuff like that as well, which might be convenient for you if it's easier for you to get into the city by public transport because the building is just near the train station. Okay, can I just ask, I might ask Alinka just to come and introduce herself because Alinka's just come in and Alinka shares some of the course coordination with me, so it will be helpful for you to know who Alinka is. And then after we've done that, maybe we can come and have a chocolate and a drink and then do a bit of a tour of campus. Once you've done your tour of campus, we're actually having lunch down at the cafe area to celebrate Maria completing her master's degree, and she's about to go back to Philippines. Congratulations, Maria. But so if you'd like to join us for lunch down in the cafe area after you've done your tour, you're very welcome to do that too. So thanks, Alinka.
Thank you and welcome everybody. I'm really excited to have mid-year entry students, and the benefit of being a mid-year entry is that there's so many students around you that are well settled in and you can lean on them and stop and ask them for directions, and everyone is generally very, very friendly. So I work obviously with Jamie and Cass in our discipline, and we don't like that word, do we? No. I am in a balanced role, so that means I'm actually primarily workload-wise a researcher, and my research is in behaviour support generally, but I also teach across the PBS topics, so our fourth year and postgraduate positive behaviour support topics, and also support with some course coordination across our programs that we offer in DCR. So you'll see me around in various ways across your learning journeys, and really excited to be a part of that. So welcome to the uni, and good luck with and finishing as well your studies here with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alinka. So the one thing that we haven't mentioned that when I was looking at the tables, I can see the green bags, the notepads, the green pens, which is the Developmental Educator Association. So if you are doing we've only actually got one DE student in the room, but you can apply for student registration through the DAI, which is a really great thing to do. Also great to have access to all of their resources, supports, connections, training. Here's a DE I prepared him. So a number of us in our discipline, so I don't like using the word discipline, nor do I like using the word unit. Team, much prefer team. We are, most of us, some of us are developmental educators. We can explain a little bit more to you about what that is. It is an allied health professional that is recognised across Australia, but not so much internationally, which is why some of you as international students wouldn't have chosen to do the Developmental Education Masters, but you can also apply to be associate members, which means that you still have a connection to the association and to that group of people and their resources. Okay, please come and get a chocolate, come and have some water, have a muffin, and then perhaps can I ask our current students, are you okay to do a bit of a tour of campus for us? Thank you so much. And we maybe see you down for lunch. Thanks everyone for coming today. Look forward to seeing you in class next week. Thank you. Oh, I don't need a clap.
I don't know what happened to Jane's slides. She never sent them to us, did she?
Oh, no. Or you just hold it at that special spot for me, and it might be over. You want to chat?
Mr. Daniel, it's all.
Yeah, I know. So you're online. Okay, well, thanks for coming today. If there's a week when you can get here, feel free to drop in. The classes that we have internally are international students, and I cannot tell you how much of a wealth of knowledge they are.
Look forward to seeing you online.
Yes, I was just saying, and if you get stuck, send me an email. Yes.
So what they did, they used